Hi everyone, Tom Vogel, Wrestling's finest PC pro wrestling game. With this video, we will complete my Georgia Championship Wrestling card from the Atlanta Municipal Auditorium. Wrestling date, for purposes of that, it's April 24th. In the first video of this two-part series, I ran the first three matches. The two highlights were one, Wahoo, as you can see here, getting disqualified using picking up Sterling Golden's foreign object. And the previous match, Ted DiBiase pinned Brad Armstrong with his loaded glove, went for a post-match attack. Brad was stretchered out, and it was decided immediately that Ted DiBiase was going to be suspended 90 days for that attack. 90 days. So we are going to continue on with our card here. And this one here now is Paul Orndorff versus Roddy Piper. So let us go up here. It's not going to be a title match. We're going to set time limit at 45. I'm going to let the computer control Mr. Orndorff, and I'm going to control Roddy Piper. Let's see if we want to do any trade holds, rope snack. No, we're going to delete that. We're going to go ahead and click action. Piper's human controlled, Orndorff is computer controlled, so we're going to go OK. And here we go. Time to get this thing started. Orndorff refuses to break cleanly and delivers several forearms. Wow. Orndorff stops on Piper as he's draped across the ring apron. I could visualize, the match starting with the forearms, and Piper maybe ducking out, trying to get outside the ring, but while he's on the apron, Orndorff kept stomping away. We are going to go no. Orndorff, outside ring action. He didn't pass the test, so he goes for an arm hold. It's 5 off. Another forearm. Knee. He's got Piper in serious trouble already. Didn't get the 2 count, though. Headlock, slowing it down, 5 off. It's already 38-0 stamina. Auto control loss. Let's see if Hot Rod can take over. Whips face first to the ring post. Orndorff has a deep cut above his left eye, which causes blood to start pouring out. Reduced stamina, add cut to 16, third 20. So it's basically a 36-point move. Piper, auto control loss. Orndorff back with punches. Goes for a whip, but into the ropes. Piper baits opponent attempting the move, which allows for an easy counter. Piper 6 off. I can tell right now Hot Rod does not have a stop DQ card. Countered. Orndorff whip into ropes. We're going to go no. Submission move, standing abdominal stretch. Orndorff has his headlock countered. Piper with punches gets go for an illegal pin. 1, 2, doesn't get the 3 count. Piper's another set of punches. Chop. Punches. Countered this time. Enough was enough. 1, 2, doesn't get the 3 count. I'm going to go no. Orndorff again stops a possible DQ. Piper specially move, goes for neckbreaker, countered. Orndorff power slam, countered. Piper backslide. Doesn't even get a 1 count. Orndorff too strong. Body slam. 1, 2. Doesn't get the 3 count. And if you'll notice here, Piper's getting close to hitting his next stamina level while Orndorff already hit his. So we are going to check what Mr. Piper has, and he doesn't really have much that's going to help us. So we're just going to keep having to go here. Whip into ropes. Does not get the 1 count. Submission, we're canceling. Piper's now in his next stamina level. No action. Disqualification possible. He passed the test, so he gets to throw a punch. Punches, 6 off. Choking is countered. Orndorff power slam again, countered by Piper. Piper, illegal pin. Rope for leverage. Knee left. Orndorff got to the ropes. Choking into throat while he held him in a headlock. 1, 2. doesn't get the 3 count. Eye gouge, 6 off. Whip into rope, 6 off. Countered, suplex Orndorff. Both wrestlers collide. Looks as each been cut. Orndorff has the inside of his left lower lip busted open, which causes quite a bit of blood. 20 off, 1 off. Piper has the outside lower lip. Well, that's kind of cool. Split open and blood is running out. See, I got a typo here. And the blood is running out. Reduced stamina and cut damage by 24. So that means Piper now has 24 and Orndorff has 37 off. Let's look at here. Piper has that 1 card. We're going to cancel. Piper submission Indian Deathlock. Piper knee lift. 1, 2, 3. Roddy Piper gets the Duke. Woohoo! Done. And do I want to do a post-match? We are going to say no to that. Let's take a quick look at the stats here. Fairly even. Orndorff had 22 controls, 6 counters, 2 auto control loss. Piper was in control 24 times, had 4 counters, and he had 1 auto control loss. Orndorff's, the big thing here was Orndorff had 2 specialty attempts and neither one landed, so that kind of hurt there. Let's look at Orndorff's last few matches. Lost by Piper to pinfall, won by DQ, lost to Kabuki by pinfall. Time limit draw, I believe that might have been in the tournament with Mass Superstar, and he won by countout over Kabuki. This was Hot Rod's first one. Got a 3.5 out of it, which is good. I enjoy the match times. I'm really liking them when we can, get them, 13 to 20, somewhere in there. It's hard to know, but happy with this. So we are going to move on to the next match now. And it will be the national tag team, Bob Armstrong, Tony Atlas versus the Wild Samoans. So this is a title match, not world title. It's big. It's very important you know which one, because world title uses a different defend the title chart, which we are using. We are going to make the Samoans champions because they are. And we got to make sure we give them Sonny King. Went a little too far. There he is. Got to think this over for a second. Armstrong and Atlas will be controlled by the computer. I'm going to go ahead and let the computer control the Samoans. Time limit, we're going to set it for 60. Title match. We're going to click OK. Wild Samoans will defend the title option. Accept. Trade hold. So here we have power moves and pile driver. That's a tough one. You know what? I'm going to let Tony continue to do them. We're just going to leave those alone because I think that would have affected Atlas. So let's go ahead. Tourney DQ rules on for Bob and Tony, because remember, version 3, that's a default setting now. You don't have to remember to do that if it's a face challenger. You have to turn it on if you want it. So we're ready to go. Leverage and balance test, Samoans with a kick. Double team, shoulder blocks midsection, 15 off. Another 15 off. Headbutt, 7 off. Auto control loss. Armstrong takes it outside. Armstrong, Wild Samoans, it's countered. Samoans try a counter move. They toss Armstrong Atlas into a ringside table. Armstrong Atlas have their outside lower lip split open and blood is running out. Reduce stamina and add cut damage by minus 25. Reduce stamina. So that's like a 40-point move. Samoans headbutt. 1, 2. Don't get it. Another double team. Painful ankle lock or twist. Double team again. Outside ring. Wild Samoans try a move. It's countered. Armstrong and Atlas whip Wild Samoans in the ringside barrier. Wild Samoans incur a slight cut in the left corner of their left eye that causes blood to start flowing out. Reduce stamina and add cut damage by minus 16. So the tables were turned. That was actually the first move Armstrong and Atlas applied. We got a body slam. 1. Doesn't get the 2 count. Auto control loss for the Samoans. Atlas, Armstrong, no action. Specialty move, countered. Body slam, Samoans turn it around. 1, 2. Do not get the 3 count. Armstrong, Atlas are in their next stamina level. I wanted to point this out earlier and I forgot, so let me show it to you real quick. You'll notice the Wild Samoans pin rating is 26-21-4. Well, when a team or a wrestler's designated a champion for a match, their third pin rating automatically is reduced by 1, so it knocks them down to a 3. So anyway, we go to illegal punches by Armstrong and Atlas. Countered. See if Samoan drop 13 off, 40-40-11. 1, 2. Armstrong called for partner to help. Partner cannot get around opponent who will not allow him to interfere during the attempt. Nothing happens. Count did continue, but it was no pin, meaning the third card turned was higher than 11. Legal pin here, what do you call it, a headbutt. And let's see here, they were on the rope, so we got a 1, 2. Do not get the 3 count. Wild Samoans called for valet to help. Sonny King, Armstrong and Atlas start chasing them. Wild Samoans sneak up behind Armstrong and Tony Atlas and violently runs them into the ring post. Ooh, very nice. Outside ring, Armstrong counters it. They toss Samoans into a ringside table. Wild Samoans face rapidly becoming a crimson mask. Reduce stamina, I got another typo there. Reduce stamina and add cut damage by 37. Reduce stamina by 20, so that's like a 57-point move. Wow. Body slam, 1, 2. Do not get the 3 count. Strategy card, foreign object pin attempt. Wild Samoans, while slummed the corner, go into their trunks for a spike change, which they used to drill 25 off. We got a pin attempt, 40-40-29. 1, 2, 3. Keep the titles. Keep the titles. That was very smart thinking there. Yes, still the team to beat. Wow, what a win. Woo. Because they were getting a little bit of trouble there with cuts, 53 off. These Samoans are just a really, really tough team to beat. In fact, they're going to have a World Tag Team title match coming up here in the next Omni card. Just to let you know that's coming up. So, we got a 3-star match out of it, which is good. Helps some of those 0.5s we had. So now we're going to go to our main event. And it should be a good one. National title match, no DQ, spoiler, versus the champion Ken Patera. So, we're going to go defend the title, except we're not going to do that because it's no DQ. Title match, champions Patera. You know, I'm going to let the computer control both. We cannot use Gary Hart because that's one of the stipulations. We are setting a 60-minute time limit because it is a title match. We're going to put the attack to never. You'll see it just there on the edge. We're going to go ahead and click OK because I think we're good. Trade holds, suplex to arm, power move to throw, pin hold. You know what? We're going to do those. We're going to take the computer's advice here. Except, I'm going to leave the suplex in there. So we're going to make that no trade. No trade. So we're going to go OK. Done. Action. Let's see, your spoiler computer. Yeah, they're both controlled. Here we go. Should be a good one. Title on the line. Spoiler, early arm hold, couple counters back and forth. Turnbuckle smash. Spoiler has his body slam countered. Action is happening for the no DQ match. Hammers the spoiler with the chair shot across his arm, 15 off. Patera early neckbreaker countered. Spoiler turnbuckle. Ignores the ref. Whip into the ropes. face first in the turnbuckle, I'm sorry. Drops the leg across Patera, 29 off Patera to start this. Spoiler, auto control loss. See if it comes back to hurt him. Patera pile driver, spoiler counters it. Spoiler with an elbow. Face rake. Spoiler, auto control loss. Power move by strongman Kenny Patera, but he makes an auto control loss. Submission moves countered, leg drop, neck hold. Suplex going for an early pin. 1. Doesn't get the 2 count even. Countered. Headlock reassesses his match plan, so he applies a headlock while keeping the spoiler on the mat. 5 off. Patera another specialty move. He went for the foreign object and he countered it. Spoiler ropes, vaults from the ropes, flying forearm. 1. Doesn't get 2. Done. Spoiler no action. Spoiler arm hold. Grind the match out a bit. Punches. Patera's still strong. Countered arm hold. Turns into an arm hold himself. Body slam by Patera. No action. Auto control loss. No action. Spoiler auto control loss. Patera, neck breaker. Countered. That was his 4th attempt at a specialty move, and all 4 have been countered. Spoiler's done his homework. Headlock, look at this. 65 to 67 off. Both of them are probably within a move or 2 of going to their next levels. No spoiler, pile drives into a steel chair in the arena floor. Had to hurt. Body slam, running power slam. Punches didn't meet the requirement, so unfortunately he didn't get to go outside the ring, so he uses a punch. Spoiler went for a strategy card, countered by Patera. Spoiler with punches. No action. Headbutt, 6 off to the chest. No action. Body slam, 10 off. Spoiler, Patera comes back choking. 1, 2. No. Match will continue. No action. Illegal choking. Something here, auto control loss and no action. No action means, like, for example, Patera was in control. He didn't have successful hold. He didn't have auto control loss. He didn't have fan interaction. It means nothing occurred, which is no action. When that occurs, you go back to original control. And most times, the ratings are the same for control, which means there's a 50-50 shot who will be in control. Now, if one wrestler has a control rating of 15 and the other has a 14, that gives him, basically, if he turns a 1 to 21, he's in control. And if it's 22 to 40, the other wrestler, so it gives him just a slight advantage. It's way, way better to have no action occur than to have auto control loss. Because if you have auto control loss occur, your opponent now is in control. So keep that in mind. So Patera with some choking, knee to the side of, into the side of the spoiler, no action. Patera gained control, full Nelson countered again. Spoiler has his whip in the ropes countered. Standing abdominal stretch. Outside ring. The battle leaves the ring and heads to the arena floor where both wrestlers punish each other using anything they can get their hands on. Both wrestlers are cut and bleeding profusely, but the battle rages on. Back to the battle still does not stop and ends outside in the parking lot where cars are damaged and people are sent scurrying for cover. The wrestlers eventually make it back into the ring and the match continues. Decreased stamina, 75 for both wrestlers. Wow. Okay. Patera specialty move again, 0 for 6. Spoiler while slumped in the corner goes into his trunks for a set of brass knucks, which he uses to drill Ken Patera before going for the pin. Patera has absorbed a great deal of punishment and is feeling the effects. 25 off. Look at this, folks. 40, 40, 40. 1, 2, 3. Turn to 1. We have a new national heavyweight Champion, the mass spoiler, regains his title. Wow. In an epic battle that had the fans on the edge of their seats, the spoiler defeats Ken Patera for the title in a match the fans will not soon forget. So, sorry, I had to push on pause there. I wanted to go check that or correct that typo before I forgot. So I went and fixed those couple cut ones too. But what a great match. Let's look at some stuff here if you don't mind. We're at 20 minutes here, so I got a couple. Spoiler, 34 times in control. He kind of dominated that. I shouldn't say dominated, but he did control it. 8 counters to 6. 4 auto control losses he overcame. Here's the key. Specialty attempts 6, successes 0. So, we have a new world champion, or I'm sorry, national title champion. 4.0 on the star scale. Let's look at Patera's. Lost by pinfall, lost by countout. What happened in this one, this was one of my tours. He took a powder, went back to dressing room. Lost a race by pinfall. Beat Tito. That was in the finals of the match of the tournament. Here's the reason this match was here. He won over Gino by DQ when Gary Hart attacked Patera, which got Gino DQ'd. And this is why this match came about. He beat Ray Gunkel in the first round by pinfall. And then he had considered a draw double count out earlier with Patera. So, I'm sorry, Brad Armstrong. So, spoiler, here he beat Patera by pinfall, lost to Santana in the tournament by pinfall, lost to Santana by countout. Here's where he lost the title, lost it to Tommy Rich, and then he he pinned Bob Armstrong by pinfall when he did have the title. So, good match, 164 to 233. One of the stipulations that Patera insisted on was that if for some reason the spoiler won this match, there would be a rematch coming up next week in the Municipal Auditorium. Again, a no DQ match, and this is it. Whoever wins. There are no more rematches, no nothing else. So I have a feeling whoever loses this could be leaving the Georgia territory. But anyway, let's close it out. Thanks again for joining me. I appreciate the support for Wrestling's Finest. Please visit us at our Delphi forum. Go to your favorite search engine, type in DELPHI forum, Wrestling's Finest. Take you right to our page. Great guys, great wrestling discussions. A lot of talk about the game. Even if you don't have the game, don't plan on buying it, come on by, I should say. Join our discussions. We'd love to have you. At the Delphi forum page on the top left, there's a link to my actual web page for the game. But thank you for the continued support. So I'm going to say goodnight. This is Tom Vogel, Wrestling's Finest PC Pro Wrestling Game, saying so long.